All right, let's get equal hedge. All right, equal hedge. Hop on. Turn your speaker on, bro.
Hey, thanks for having me on this space.
There you go. Now, where you from? You sound like a white man. Where you
I'm
from?
from Denver, Colorado. I'm not white though. I'm a South Asian,
South A. What part of South Asia?
Nepal.
Nepal. Is that by Sri Lanka?
No, so we're in between India and China. We're like the northeastern. po- Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Is that kind of Thailand?
No, it's about like 5,000 miles away from Thailand. Like
Oh,
Nepal is where Mount Everest is.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Cool.
So I wanted
All
to
right.
ask you a
Go ahead.
question.
Go ahead.
Um, in terms of like politically, what's going on right now with like just what's going on in terms of the financial situation in the USA, is this
Hmm.
is this causing more racial tensions, or like have these tensions just always been there?
Is what causing racial tension?
The economy going to shit and just stuff like that.
No, no, no. What's causing? Well, there's always been racial tension. Okay, let's be very clear. This country was built on racial tension against foundational Black Americans. There's always been racial tension. Right now, the white supremacists, their numbers are dwindling. So now they are trying to plan on running this place as a minority, like South Africa. So what they're doing is going on a terror campaign. So they're doing these egregious, bold acts of murder of black people in order to kind of scare us into submission, and it's not really working. And that's where we are now. They're trying to scare us to submit and just go along with white supremacy. And we're kind of still standing up to it saying, nah, we ain't going to do that. So that's where we are right now. We're trying to produce justice. And the first order of business is to get some reparations. Now, how do you feel about foundational Black Americans getting reparations, sir?
Honestly, I don't have an opinion on that. I see why both sides have their problems with that.
Right.
Um, okay, and I'm only talking about me individually, right?
Okay.
Only me. I'm not speaking for nobody else. Me personally, if you ask me up on the street, hey man, you pay me reparations, I'm gonna tell you no. Go fuck yourself. I'm not paying you for something I did not do. You know what I'm saying?
But, okay, but you have to understand, we're owed by the government, the United States government. Okay.
Okay, okay. From the government standpoint, yeah, they owe just about everyone
No, they don't.
reparations.
No, they don't. No, they don't owe everyone reparations. What do you mean they owe everyone reparations? How?
People who they've invaded.
Well, no, because some of these countries wage war on the U.S., like Japan, for example. If you drop a bomb on somebody, well, they can defend themselves from that. And there's different um, casualties of war. There's different instigations of war. So no. And also, some of the places that they've invaded, they have offered aid to them. So they've gotten forms of reparations. You understand?
I get that. So let me ask you about Biden sending $40 billion to Ukraine. How do you guys feel about that?
I feel that that can be some of our reparations money. You see, that should be some of our reparations money. And because you immigrated over here to a government that owes foundational Black Americans money, you're on the hook for that too. So you do owe. You owe
I mean, okay, so let's put a number on it. What are we talking about?
$20 trillion. That's 400K, or around 500, between 4 or 500K per person.
4 to 500K
Per
per
person, yeah,
person.
per foundational Black American.
All right. So
Starting at $20 trillion. We're going to
okay.
start there.
How like what percentage of your blood has to be like foundational Black American?
If you can trace your lineage back to the 1870 census, if you want to trace your lineage back to the 1870 census, you're a foundational Black American, you're eligible for a check. Real
Oh,
simple. Ain't rocket
okay.
science. Hmm.
So like,
And you have to be a person who has classified themselves as black for the last 10 years. You have to be a person who's classified as black now.
okay, okay. In terms of the current black political leadership, how do you feel about that one?
They're co-opted and they're ineffective, and they have a bunch of non-FBA tethers misrepresenting us. This is why we're trying to clean house as far as that.
Okay.
Hmm.
I saw this one lady. I think she's from Minnesota. She was like twerking on a fucking campaign ad, and
Uh-huh.
I'm like, what's like? Why are you doing that?
She's a non-FBA woman. She's Caribbean. She's not us. That's not an FBA woman. She doesn't represent us or our culture whatsoever. She's
Okay.
not. Yeah.
Um, how do you feel about closeted black Republicans?
It depends on, are they conservative or are they sellouts just trying to get brownie points from white supremacists? Because I'm conservative and most black people are actually conservative, not Republican, but our views are conservative because we've been here longer than any other group. What we have are a lot of these so-called closeted Republicans who are a bunch of non-FBA tethers who come over here and just try to get brownie points by regurgitating white supremacist talking points like the Candace Owens and people like that. So um, they are bad faith actors. That's what I refer to them as.
Okay. Has hip hop been bastardized by the people that you consider your enemies?
Like what? Bastardized? How?
Like basically, like they become sellouts. Like I don't like using that. What's the word? I
Oh,
don't like
it,
using that
hip
word, but yeah.
got nothing to do with hip hop. People can be R&B sellouts. They can sell out with jazz. The music doesn't facilitate whether a person is going to sell out or not. A sellout is a sellout, whatever music genre they choose to participate
Okay.
in. Yeah,
Oh, that's fair.
there you
Well,
go.
yeah. Thanks for having me up on the space. I've actually got to go to the store.
All right. Thank you so much, man. You have a good time. Good night.
You as well, sir.
Okay, god damn, you see, y'all hear a bunch of stuff happening in my house. Anyway, y'all, let me do this because my doorbell is ringing. I'm gonna come back on a little bit later because I think this was the conversation was getting interesting. So I get back on later. There's a